So before I finish this video, I'm gonna show you how to create a turntable of your character. A turntable, it's an animation where you have a camera turning around the character, showing the whole topology and geometry of the model. It's a very standard way of showing off your modeling skills in this industry. And the way I'm gonna be showing here, you can apply to characters, objects, anything. So let's go here to the renderer preview and let's turn on the preview just so we have a nicer image. And be sure you have the outliner here and select our camera, Bomberman Cam. We're gonna change the type of the camera. We have controls, we have a normal camera here in the camera attributes, attribute editor. Controls is just camera. We're gonna change this to camera and aim. As soon as you do that, you're gonna see in outliner things had changed. Now we have a group, and inside this group we have the camera and we have the aim of the camera. Maybe it's a little bit easier to see if we have in Y frame here. You see we have the aim here. We're gonna touch the aim here. Let's go to the channel box and I want to zero out this on the X and the Z. The Y we're gonna leave at that, but now on the top the aim is gonna be really in the middle of the scene. What we want now is to rotate the camera around the character. We're gonna have a let's see how much it's gonna be. 120 frames. That's a good amount for our turntable. So I'm gonna go to the frame 1 and I'm gonna select the whole group, not the cam, not the aim, but the whole group, and then I can check with the rotate if the pivot is where I want, and it is. So with the group selected, I'm gonna press S, and this is gonna set a keyframe for me here in the timeline. If you notice, there's now a very thin red line in the first frame. That means we have a keyframe there. Now I'm gonna go to the last keyframe and I'm gonna rotate this. So we need to basically we have to rotate on the Y 360 degree. I'm gonna put the 360 there and I'm gonna press S again. Now if I go back to the first one, I should be able to see the camera moving. And there we go, the camera is moving. Because we have the Arnold render, it takes a little while to update the view, but we have a nice turntable here. I'm gonna try to fix a little bit of the framing here. So I'm gonna go to view, camera settings, resolution gate. So let's check if the character is inside of the resolution gate. It seems that's the case. So let's check into the end here. So far so good. Let's save this. Let's go to the render settings, and here in common I'm gonna change from here in the metadata frame animation extension. I'm gonna change from the name dot extension single frame because that's for stills, and I'm gonna select one of those because that's gonna put Maya in animation mode. The one that I like is one of those two here, so we can do this name pound dot extension. The extra is good. I'm gonna put a name here. I'm gonna call this Bomberman Turntable. And the format, I want to do JPEG. Quality is gonna be 100%. And frame range, start frame 1, end frame is gonna be 120. And we need to change our resolution. We're gonna go from HD 540 to HD 1080. That's what we want, HD 1080. So close this. Now let's go to the rendering set. Go here, rendering on the left. Now if you remember, we are usually on modeling. If you don't change to rendering, you're not gonna get this render menu here that you need to access the render sequence options here. So I'm gonna click this current camera, that's the one we want, Bomberman Cam. Where do we want to save this? So I'm gonna select this module. That's the correct one. Images, yeah, it can be here in images, and select folder. Be sure you have this add to render view, so this will let us to watch Arnold rendering frame by frame. And let's save before I start rendering. So now let's just click render sequence, and our animation will start rendering. And it's gonna take a while, even though in my case I'm using the GPU version, so it's a little bit faster than what you're gonna get if you're rendering on Mac or on a computer without a NVIDIA GPU. But even in my case, it takes a while. Arnold is not the fattest render engine. It's very realistic, very nice looking, but it is definitely not as fast as Octane or V-Ray 5, for example. So I'm gonna stop the video and I'm gonna come back when the turntable will be finished. So we're back here and our animation finished rendering, and let's see what we got. We got this sequence of images here, and now we have to transform this in a video file. Maya usually does not let you render directly to a video file. You always have to render as an image sequence, and to transform the image sequence into a video, you need to put that in a different software. You could do that in a non-linear editor like Final Cut or Premiere, but it is much easier to use something like Adobe Meeting Encoder, and that's what I'm gonna use. I'm here in Adobe Meeting Encoder, and I'm gonna press the plus here, and I'm gonna select the first frame of the sequence, and be sure to have checked JPEG file sequence open. Now let's change the format. We want to render this as a H.264 video. Now click here to get the options. We have a lot of presets. A good preset is the Vimeo Full HD. You could change some details if you want. This is a pretty high quality preset. So let's select where we're gonna put this. We're gonna put here on images, and we're gonna call this just turntable, so I can take out the numbers, because by default it gets the numbers of the frames, like the first and the last one, but I want the name to be just Bomberman Turntable. Sounds good so far. And okay, one more thing. I'm gonna click here, click on the footage right click here and click in interpret footage. This is very important because by default media encoder assumes this is at 30 frames per second. My default is 24. So assume this frame rate 24 and then press OK. Okay, now we're good to go. So let's press play, and this is gonna render a video file for us. This is very quick because it's just putting together the different images. And now if I go to our image folder, I have my nice turntable. So there you go, your first organic model with a nice turntable. You can use the same technique to create the turntables for your other models, not just the characters, but also for the objects that you need to present for your first project. So that's all for now. See you guys next video.